This is my white paper presentation. I hope you enjoy. Hi, my name is Lauren Pineko, and for my white paper, I've decided to do a video explaining why I'm home and the topic that is most important to me, which is something I've been struggling with, hence why I have been home this semester. I was diagnosed with orthorexia, which is an unhealthy obsession according to National Eating Disorders Association, which also means the fixation of righteous eating. So basically, I was diagnosed when I came home this past November to run a half marathon, and my heart rate was too low. And when I transferred to Miami University from Rollins College, I was lost. I didn't know anyone, so I used the gym as an escape and had a lot more time on my hands. Whereas at Rollins College, I was a college lacrosse player, so I had more of a routine. So, typical day for me, one of the main symptoms of orthorexia is over-exercising, and that definitely came into play when I was at the gym. I would run about 7 to 8 miles and then do an hour of weightlifting, where my weight went from 115 to 95 pounds in about 2 months. And so therefore I came home and stayed home, and have been getting help from therapists, nutritionists, etc. So going back to what I mentioned before, a typical day of the early onset was me skipping social events, to go to the gym to make sure I was burning more calories than I was taking in. And then as it progressed, another symptom is being too healthy in a way, being scared of the bad foods that we label as junk food, like sugar or whatnot. So I'd only really eat lettuce, grilled chicken, and vegetables, which made my weight drop very fast. And so another symptom that I researched, that I knew I had some kind of problem was tracking my food intake and weighing everything. So I had a food scale, which I still do. It's very hard to throw that away right now, but I constantly weigh my food by the gram or the ounce, and track it on a phone application called MyFitnessPal to see how many calories I eat a day, and then I get competitive with myself to see if I'm burning that amount of calories. So another thing that I'm going to mention that's been very recent, and it's hard for me to talk about, is overeating, I guess now. At nighttime, I have been tending to overeat. I don't like the word binge, but from being so restrictive during the day to only eating about like 400 calories, I've been tending to binge at nighttime. So for an example was one night I made a batch of brownies without butter, but just like an egg white and water to make it healthier, and ended up eating the whole batch. But apparently that's another symptom of being normal. Sorry, not normal, but another symptom of trying to get to the point where my weight is restored. And so in the next clip, I'm going to be sitting with my mom, who has come up with some questions that someone would probably ask someone with an eating disorder, who isn't afraid to talk about what their issue is, really. So I hope you enjoy the next clip and the interview with my mom. And at the end of the video, I will be posting a website to NEDA, which is the National Eating Disorders Association, and they have different tabs where you can contact to seek help. You can look at how people should go, different approaches with someone with an eating disorder, what kind of comments one should say so they don't make that person feel bad or being judged. So again, if I know this is a video, so it's kind of hard to type because I wanted to fully express on what I've been going through and show you my pain and how hard it's been through a video. So I hope you enjoy the interview and I hope you learn more about orthorexia itself.
What do you think may have precipitated your eating disorder?
I think ever since I transferred to Miami, since I was a college athlete and I played sports my entire life, coming to Miami and not being a part of a team, led me to my eating disorder as if it was the only thing really controlling me, since I was more alone. And whereas at Rollins College, when I was a college athlete, I had a routine, a daily routine. I had my closest friends with me. It wasn't really on my mind. And so I think being more alone led me to where I am today.
In that you have had consultations with 3 different people in different areas of expertise, do you sense that their commentary is worthwhile and consistent in helping you to return to your normal, happy, cheerful, gregarious self?
I think in the beginning it helped, especially when they diagnosed me. But now that I've been seeing them for about, I'd say 5 months, it's kind of repetitive, what they're saying. So I've just gotten to the point where I don't really listen to them anymore, and I'd rather finish on my own.
Who have you truly looked at in the past 12 months as someone you sense can help you succeed?
To help me succeed, I've probably looked at social media, Instagram, for example, like past fitness or current fitness people who have gone through the same thing that I've reached out to and talked to about. And another person is my personal trainer who has helped me, like, since we're so passionate about what I love to do, which is working out and lifting and whatnot. Having him, like, by my side has helped as well.
What do you feel this disease has caused you to miss out on?
I think having orthorexia has made me miss out on, like, social group of friends, like going out of the house, eating out of the house, and just having, like, a fun time with friends and whatnot. Yeah. So a few of you have posted questions on Canvas, and so I'm going to answer 2 of them. What are some tips for family members on how to approach someone who is displaying signs of eating disorders? So some tips for family members, I think, would just have to back off. My parents have done the opposite, and no offense, have been extremely annoying throughout this whole process. So the biggest tip, I think, would just tell them to back off, because the more they're on top of you, the more stress it's going to put on you. And then, yes, that's the biggest tip. And then another question was, what is the best way to treat an eating disorder? To be honest, there's so many different kinds, and the one I have, I think it's just a very slow progress. I know it can take up to 9 years to be fully recovered. But it really, I think, depends on the disorder. There's like bulimia where you're throwing up. There's anorexia where you're just starving yourself. I mean, all different kinds. So I think it really just depends. But for me, I think the best way is just to slowly um, realize, first admit that you have one. And then just slowly take it day by day. Every day is different. Some day you'll have good days, some day you'll have bad days. So I hope this helped, and thank you so much for watching, and I hope you learned more about orthorexia and some of the symptoms. And my biggest advice for all of you is if you are feeling any negativity about yourself or you do have an eating disorder, like please reach out immediately. There are so many different people to talk to, websites to look at, etc. Here's the link to NEDA, the National Eating Disorder Association.